Have L&D professionals found the ultimate savior in AI? Yes and no. AI won't replace L&D professionals, but those who master AI will outperform those who don't. Hello, I'm Ramli Atan, CEO of Northstar Leadership Solutions. Today, I'll show you how AI and human expertise can work together to create faster, smarter, and more impactful corporate learning. So, let's begin. Business is moving fast. Training must move even faster. Traditional design takes weeks. AI can deliver in a matter of hours. But AI lacks context. It doesn't know your organization or your people. Great learning needs more than just content. It needs human judgment and empathy. That's why the future is in human plus AI, not human or AI. Why is this important? It starts with how adults learn. Adults learn when learning is relevant to their work, not just because information is available. That's why effective training must be practical and immediately applicable. AI can generate very great content, but it doesn't know your organization, your culture, or even your business priorities. That's where humans add value. We provide the context, judgment, and facilitation that turn AI generated content into meaningful learning. So, if AI provides the speed and humans provide the context, how do we bring them together? Here's our human in the loop approach. The answer isn't AI, it is human in the loop or HITL. AI isn't the expert, it's the co-pilot. It accelerates research, drafting, and content creation. Humans stay in control. We define the outcomes, provide context, and apply judgment and empathy. Together, we review, refine, and improve every output. AI delivers speed, humans deliver meaning. Together, they create better learning and future business results. So, what does human in the loop look like in practice? Let's walk through the process. This is our four-step co-curation process. First, context. We provide AI with your documents, business goals, and organizational context. Next, generate. AI creates high-quality drafts in minutes. Then, refine. We challenge, improve, and tailor the content with real workplace scenarios and organizational insights. Finally, polish. Human experts review every output to ensure quality, relevance, and learning impact. The result? AI provides the speed, humans ensure the quality. The outcome is a faster, smarter design process without compromising learning quality. This is where human expertise makes the difference. AI's first draft is rarely the final draft. It may be accurate, but it is often too generic. We challenge, refine, and enrich every output with organizational context and real workplace examples. Each iteration makes the learning more relevant, practical, and impactful. The real skill isn't prompting AI, it's applying critical and professional judgment. So, what does this approach deliver? Let's look at the outcomes. Um, Here are three cases of application of generative AI and with the input of human creativity and expertise that we have done in various companies. Firstly, an example of crisis management in the HR context. It is scaling down highly dramatic AI drafts to reflect realistic HR crisis scenarios such as workforce restructuring employee relation issues, misconduct, or leadership transitions, i.e., balancing empathy, compliance, and organizational trust through the creation of a digital simulator where four teams will compete to select the best options to solve the scenario. Second, the Bintang Selatan platform is a simulated exercise during a leadership assessment for succession planning. What is it? It's transforming a basic AI equipment failure scenario into a complex operational puzzle with compounding variables like safety, schedule, cost, environment, and client trust. So the leaders have to navigate these factors and propose a, a best solution through an augmented simulated exercise. And finally, the minefield game, which is a digitalization of a physical kinetic team building activity, common activity, by explicitly engineering knowledge silos and communication hurdles to preserve social dynamics and collaboration skills. Now let's look at two examples of real life application of Gemini through classroom intervention. First, both of these are done in a recent training on KPI and departmental cascading of company strategies. First of this is what we did to review learning of yesterday's learning using real life feedback from participants through them sending digital post-its, and the AI can actually read their post-its. Here goes.
LA says, there is a process we can slash to be followed. Important to check backwards to object, etc. OGSM, OKR amongst others are new to me.
Now, the second one is in the same classroom. It is a structured mapping simulator. And this is basically the example where participants will have to map or select four options to respond to a particular scenario. So they compete in terms of teams that they are in, and the winner will be the team that selects the best option. Now, all options are correct. Only one option is the best. Here goes.
Particular module. Yeah. So structured mapping. So are you ready? We're going to begin. All right. So the first scenario, your team is starting a mapping exercise for a core business process. How should you approach building this first map? There are four options. Select the best option in order to respond to that particular scenario in mapping exercise.
Okay, I hope those two examples of real life application gives you a snapshot of how we generate digitalized learning asset and apply it in the classroom. So our experience revealed two key findings. First, AI transforms speed. They make things faster. Tasks that once took a week can now be completed in hours. But speed is not everything. AI lacks context, common sense, and real world judgment. That's why we humans remain an essential factor. We validate, challenge, and align every output with business needs. The bottom line, AI accelerates the work. Human expertise creates value. Ultimately, the future isn't AI versus humans. It's it's humans achieving more with AI. AI is indeed powerful. No one's questioning that. But it is not perfect. First, it is very literal. It follows instructions but doesn't challenge any assumptions. Second, it doesn't ask what if, which is necessary for creativity. Strategic thinking still comes from humans. Third, it can hallucinate. It may generate information that sounds convincing but isn't necessarily accurate. That's why L&D professionals remain essential. We verify facts, apply judgment, and ensure every output is relevant and reliable. AI is therefore only the assistant. Humans are in the end accountable. The real value of AI comes not from working alone, but from working with human judgment. The future of instructional design isn't human or AI, as I mentioned. It is human and AI. AI brings speed, human brings judgment, context, and empathy. Great learning isn't just generated, it is curated for real people, real workplaces, and real business challenges. The competitive advantage isn't about using AI, it's about knowing how to work with AI. AI can generate content. Only humans can create learning that changes behavior. One final thought. AI generates content. You create impact and value. AI brings speed. You bring judgment, context, and empathy. The future belongs to those who master both. Thank you very much.